Well, the snow's flying, the presents are being wrapped, the jingle bells are jingling, and everything else. And we've got a little present for you for the game of the week on the Valley Channel tonight. Ben Lomond and Logan, 3A against 4A. Ben Lomond, they've had some tough luck. They come into this game 3-4, but that may be a little bit deceivingly.
Well, they just came off a win as well, a good win, and they had a great play from a couple of their players we'll talk about. But they really need to have some excellent play from everybody to beat Logan on their home court on Friday night.
Well, they've got 3 guys to Ben Lomond. They got more than that, but 3 that are some of the tops in 3A in scoring and in assists per game. So, you know, they do definitely have some weapons.
Well, Brandley scored 18 points last week against Park City, last game against Park City, and 13 assists. And Eastburn had 19 points as well. So a couple of great performances. Got to have those tonight.
Apparently Hardin and Eastburn sounds like a law firm going against the Grizzlies. They have Luke Falk back. He had a huge game in his first game back. We'll see what Falk, Brimhall, and the boys in red can do against the Ben Lomond Scots on the game of the week.
Introducing the official training bike of the Tour de France, the Proform TDF, the first ever indoor training bike that delivers everything you demand. A 20% incline and a 20% decline, so you'll experience exactly what the road does. Because it's powered by Google Maps, you choose the road and the TDF follows it. Every incline and decline, so no matter what comes at you, you'll be ready. The Proform TDF automatically adjusts resistance, incline and decline. Plus, with a built-in power meter, you'll know your exact output. You decide where to go and the official training bike of the Tour takes you there. And now that you've decided, we're ready to deliver. Order right now and get $0 down and a free upgrade on rush shipping. Call the number on your screen or go online today.
Clark Salt Lake Express and the airport shuttle have merged and become one.
So we still have doorstep service, and it's about the same price as it was before. Our focus now is to try to provide as many opportunities for people who need to have the ability to get to and from Salt Lake when they want. They don't want to wait at the airport for 2 hours. They also don't want to be driving around the valley when they get here.
And you bring us to a location that leaves on time.
We'll have another vehicle take you here to save time comfortably, and that main vehicle goes 12 times a day on schedule, both leaving the valley and coming back.
Ben Lomond. This is Logan. The game of the week on the Valley Channel. The game of the week is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness. Never give up. Lewiston State Bank, your hometown bank, with a new location at 3rd South and Main in Logan. Wendy's of Cache Valley. Quality is our recipe. Cache Valley Hospital, your first choice in healthcare.
You were down 6-0.
Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. The Salt Lake Express, from your door to the Salt Lake Airport, 12 times a day. S.E. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. We're on the campus of Logan High School. Eric Olson along with Lee Vaughn. Ben Lomond taking on Logan tonight on the game of the week. Last game of 2012 for the game of the week, and then back at it after the first of the year. 3A versus 4A. And, you know, we talked to both of these coaches before the game. Lee Vaughn talked to Ryan Wilcox, Ben Lomond's head coach, just a moment ago.
Coach Wilcox coming here tonight against Logan, a very tough team at home, but just came off of a good game against Park City. Tell me about the win and really what you take from that and bring tonight.
Well, you know, we have 3 really solid players that are seniors, and they played a really good game. You know, our main focus tonight is to obviously improve. We have 2 huge region games next week. We start up our region contests, and so if we can get something out of this game that will improve us for those 2 games, that's our main focus.
Well, you bring up a good question. What does it mean to come to a place like this and getting ready for region play? What's the best thing about that?
Well, one of the reasons I scheduled Logan this particular day is it's the game right before our first region contest, and Logan always has a really physical, great team. They're long, athletic, and the Falk kid's back, which is a huge bonus for them, and will be a great challenge for us to play a good player like him as well.
Who needs to step up tonight for you guys to have an opportunity to win this game?
Brantley and Harden. Brantley's our point guard, and he kind of runs our show. Last game he had 18 points, 13 assists, and if he can kind of dictate the tempo and stuff like that, that would really give us a good shot.
All right, we're looking forward to a great game. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Ben Lomond 3-4, only 5 seniors on this team, and those 4 losses, 3 of those are by a combined 7 points. Let's quickly hear from Coach Logan Brown of the Logan Grizzlies.
Coach, team's had a few ups and downs the preseason now. You're starting to learn things and get the team figured out. Tell me about how important this game is and how maybe some kids might have a mental letdown, but you're not going to let them do that.
I think it's, we're playing on a Friday night, and that's always fun. Our kids get excited for that. This will be our first game, at least in full health, and kind of coming back where we can kind of get a look at our squad a little bit and start getting our rotations down. So I think from that standpoint, it's good going into our regular season starts here really soon, and so I think it's good to start getting in a little bit of a rhythm.
Talk to me about your game plan tonight. Ben Lomond is a lot tougher than they look on paper. They've lost a couple of really tough games. Talk to me about really what you want to learn from tonight and what you want to get done.
Well, they're a 3-4 team. They've lost 3 games by 3 points or less. Beat Roy, who's in our conference that has a Division I player on their squad, in Bacard Chapman. But they're gonna get after us. They're gonna play some aggressive zone defense, and I think our biggest thing is that we're mentally focused the entire game, and that we get after it the entire time.
You said you're getting healthy now. Who does that mean you get back?
Luke Falk is back. We tried him a little bit our last game and just had him come off the bench for the first time all year, and he did some great things. Came out with energy. He was focused. He gives us such an advantage not only with the shooting capabilities but with his size and rebounding and his ability to defend. So it was good having him back, and we're going to have him back in the starting lineup tonight, and it'll be good to see how he does.
We're looking forward to it. Thanks, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
2-0 our score early here as Josh Harden scores for Ben Lomond, and Logan applies the pressure. Not much of a size advantage for either team here, Lee. Very evenly matched that way.
Well, and they're getting after each other on the defensive end, both starting in a man set to begin this game. And you're right, a nice basket earlier by Harden to get to the paint.
Medina, long 3 straight away. Won't go. Scott mistimes the jump, and here comes Larson the other way. Brimhall thought about a 3 instead. Flies in, and he'll go to the line. It looks like they're going to call Trey Scott for the foul.
That's a good call on the block. Brimhall drives to the basket, and at the last second he takes his eye off the basket and looks at the defender because he's got to protect himself. And if he puts that off the glass, it's going to be a and-one proposition.
Let's take a look at the starters during these free throws by Brimhall.
Well, starters tonight for Ben Lomond, number 1, Trey Scott, and number 11, Sterling Brandley, who we talked about in the opener, number 12, Corbin Medina, number 15, Josh Harden, and number 22, Sage Eastburn. For the Grizzlies tonight, of course, there's Tyler Brimhall, number 24, who's starting at the line, Jordan Larson, number 2, number 15, Taylor Compton, 23, Luke Falk, first start of the season back from injury, and number 25, Dallin Dahl.
At 18 points in his first action back from injury as Brandley's shot won't go. Eastburn tracks down the board. Firing away. Harden won't go. Rebound by Larson. Larson coming the other way. He's 13th in 4A in rebounding at 5 a game. Compton tattoos the dribble and waits for Falk to come through. Now he sends Brimhall through. Dahl high post, can't find a cutter. Dahl all the way to the bucket, won't go. Brandley the other way, averaging nearly 7 assists per ball game. He leads 3A. Trey Scott can't live up to the name.
Ben Lomond's shooting percentage is abysmal to start this quarter. They're playing great defense, which means it's 2-2.
Dahl loses it out of bounds. Second turnover for the Grizzlies. Brandley, 14 points a game, 4 rebounds, 6.5 assists for number 11 with the ball there. He splits the double on the trap. He's knocked over by Larson and sold that one, and Larson picks up the foul.
Well, that's a smart, savvy play by Brandley. Take a look here at the end of the play, if we can see it in the replay. And that's not the replay, that's live action. Well, he does a great job when he feels the pressure, he just kind of stops and then flops.
Well, and the official was buying what he was selling.
Yep.
Harden down on the low block, left side. Up and in,
wow.
And he'll go to the line. Harden with all 4 Ben Lomond points and 2 more on the way for the big man. Harden, 6'3", senior forward.
What's great body control and good upper body strength when you get fouled like that underneath. Turning back into the court and getting a nice shot off the backboard.
Free throw by Harden is good. He's got all 5 Ben Lomond points, and it's 5-2 for the Scots. Logan and Ben Lomond used to play each other all the time in the same region for quite some time, and Ben Lomond a few years ago moved down to 3A. Dahl with the three-pointer ties it up.
3 points, Dylan Dahl.
Scott's got Eastburn, and it's knocked away by Dahl and out of bounds. Ben Lomond basketball.
They like to work the ball down low to Harden. He's their leading scorer with nearly 14 points a game.
Well, he and Bradley are right there at 14 points a game, 13th and 15th and 16th in 3A in scoring. Eastburn works his way in, steps out of the key, and turns it over. Dahl shut off. Fault rolls around, won't go. Brimhall climbs the ladder and he fouls. Andy Atencio into the ball game for Ben Lomond. And Brimhall picks up his first. You take a look.
I think it's a good call. And he's getting after it, but that's a good position by, I think it was Brandley who drew that foul.
Corbin Medina will trigger inbounds to Brandley. Now they just need to clear, and they do, and Medina bounces to Harden. Harden, nice look to Eastburn. And Eastburn's shot won't go. Missed it point blank. And then he gets the steal on the other end. 3 turnovers in the early going for Logan. Brandley all the way. I think Compton may have gotten his hand on that one. Tied at 5 with 3:40 to play here in the first period. Larson takes the contact, no call, and rebounded by Medina.
It feels like Logan's getting out hustled by Ben Lomond early here, getting all the loose balls and playing great defense. It's a lot similar to the game that we watched when we were here at Clearfield in Logan in the first quarter.
Well, that's just the point I was going to make. That seems familiar. Logan 4-2 on the young season. Brandley kicks it back out to Harden. Can he get 8 points? Not out on that shot, he can't. Larson, Brimhall, 3, short. Rebound taken away from Falk by Harden, and Brandley tracks it down.
Brimhall just never got set. Tried to hurry that shot.
.250 to play, and the give and the go. And Eastburn misses again.
Eastburn tries to dunk it, comes up short. Just lay it up, son.
He changed his mind at the last second, and it costs him. That's a 5-point play because he lose 2 on your end and give up 3 on the other. 8-5. Logan with the lead with 2:38 to play here in the first period. It looked like he kind of changed his mind.
Yeah, right at the end because he knew he wasn't going to make it, so he tried to turn his hand back over. And there's no NBA scouts here, son. Just get 2 points.
Compton finds Larson trailing the play. Bam. Logan with 2 losses, one to Bear River by 20 points. And Bear River, a pretty good ball team this year. Skyview beat them the other night. Skyview's going to beat a lot of people with Jalen Moore, but he put on a show last week when we were there for our game of the week. Yeah, he's averaging 25 points a game.
That's pretty good.
One of the leading scorers in the state. And they lost also to Desert Hills, 66-43. They won 4 and lost 2, and when they've lost, they really lose.
Well, Bear River put 84 points on them, I think. That's a lot of points in a high school game.
In their last outing, they beat Hunter 61-60. So that one was a close one, but you don't get extra points for winning big.
And it makes better TV, so that's great.
That's right. Harden kicks it out to Medina. 18-footer won't go. Rebounded out of there by Dixon. Long 3 by Larson. Off the heel, and Eastburn corrals the board. Logan by 3, under 2 minutes to play in the first period. Logan with 3 fouls as a team, only 1 on Ben Lomond. Here's Harden, gets a step, finishes, and 1.
The kid's got great upper body strength, like I mentioned earlier, and that's an excellent example of that right there.
7 points for Ben Lomond. Harden has scored all 7. He's looking to tie the game with the free throw.
Take a look at the replay here. Strong to the hole, takes the contact from the back and the front, still kisses it off the glass.
$14 points, 8 boards, almost 3 assists a game, but he misses the free throw. So it's 8-7.
Travel.
And there's a travel, yep. Turnover is Chapman Walk.
Chapman Walk had a little walk.
He took one, didn't he?
Yep. Well, he went to hand that ball off and that, but he started to do it about 2 feet too short. That's foul. Brimhall's second foul.
Brimhall picks up number 2, you're right. 4 turnovers on the Grizzlies, and there's your S.A. Needham Jewelers middle of the block sign to the clock. 1:37 to play in a close ball game here in Logan. S.A. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. Brandley with a little rocker dribble. Looks down to Harden. Harden was trying to give to Eastburn, and Eastburn decided not to go.
Well, he's had a couple of those layups that just didn't go. Great passes inside. He's got a little gun shy there. I'm not going in there again.
I'm having trouble. I don't want that ball. Eastburn, another 6'3" forward. He and Harden, the big guys, down low they go to Dixon. He turns up, under, won't go, and Eastburn keeps it alive, and Medina hands it off to Brandley. And he walks the dribble across the timeline. Under a minute to play. In an 8-7 ball game, Logan leading Josh Harden 8-7. As Harden has all 7 points for Ben Lomond. And he still has all 7 points for Ben Lomond. Out front is Dahl.
Oh, nice composure.
2 points, Dahl. Assist, Dixon.
Does a great job to gather himself on a tough pass underneath and still make space for a basket.
Dahl with 5. It's a 3-point lead now for Logan at 10-7. Eastburn finally connects. He's had 2 from close range and haven't gone in. Overshooting the basket. On the other end is Chandler Medlin. And there's 7 seconds left in the half. Did Brandley look at the clock? It's 10-9. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 3 at the buzzer. Boom!
3 points.
And Ben Lomond will take a 12-10 lead into the second period. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
12-10 for Ben Lomond.
Hi, I'm Randy Anderson, owner of Master Mechanic in Providence. Every repair we do at Master Mechanic comes with our peace of mind guarantee, meaning all repairs are guaranteed for 3 years or 36,000 miles. That's triple the industry standard. Summer travel time is here. Before you hit the road, stop by and have our ASE certified technicians inspect your vehicle. Prevent vacation breakdowns with our pre-trip inspection. Master Mechanic in Providence, taking the worry out of summer travel. I guarantee it.
Three-pointer at the buzzer of the first period by Sterling Bradley, his only points of the quarter. And Ben Lomond leads 12-10. Dahl, he's got 5 points of his own, can't make it 7. As that one bounces out of there, and Atencio with the board. Here's Harden, spins to his left, blocked by Hiram Tennant. Tennant at 6'8". He's not a tenant, he's the whole apartment building.
Taking up permanent residence in the middle of the key.
Bradley. Thought about the three and passed it off. Now he gets it back.
That was close, pretty close to a walk.
Medina just about put that foot down before the dribble was executed.
Well, if you're Coach Brown for Logan, you got to think somebody's got to get going on this team. Brimhall or Falk or Larson. Really, nobody's had a chance to get in the groove here. They played good defense to keep them in this game, but nobody's really stepping up.
And there's the 5th turnover for the Grizzlies after the nice block by Dixon. Bradley bumped. Will they count the shot? They shouldn't, because it happened about 12 feet away from the basket.
Not unless you're at the Staples Center.
If you're at the Staples Center, your name is Kobe, and you're anywhere near the gym?
That's right. He's got those shoes that are super light, so he doesn't ever travel. That's a fantastic block. Good transition by Logan. Problem is they turn it over. Give it right back.
Back at live action, Josh Harden on the inbounds play scores. And Ben Lomond with the 14-10 lead. Ben Lomond, a dangerous team. They won their last one. They lost 4 in a row before that and walked. Puts it in. But 3 of those 4 losses were by a combined 7 points. One of them on a buzzer beater. Harden in trouble, kicks it out to Brandley. Brandley, one of those kids that when he plays ball, he looks like he might as well be sitting on the couch. Doesn't look like he's sweating.
It's pretty relaxed.
Kind of hanging out. They play the 2-man game. Harden finds Trey Scott, and he misses.
Boy, that's at least 3 trips right at the hoop that Ben Lomond's missed. Can't give away easy opportunities in Crimson Gym.
Falk gets the bump and the bucket. And Falk with his first points.
Well, if you're playing against a physical defense, it's good to have a football player in there with the ball. That's exactly what happens. He just powers through it. Rattles it home.
Falk's free throw too hard. Eastburn with the board, and we're tied at 14 with 5:40 to play in the first half. Falk just recently committed to play football at Cornell.
Really?
Yes,
I
really.
haven't heard that. You got to be pretty smart to go there too.
Harden can't finish. Rebounded by Dixon.
Same Cornell as Andy Bernard.
The same.
Awesome.
Shows better now that he's gone on a cruise. Dixon walked. 6 turnovers for the Grizzlies. Approaching 5 minutes to play in the first half. Bradley leans in trying to get the foul call. He can't do it. And then he tries to save this one inbounds off a Tennant. Bottom line is a 3-pointer on the other end by Luke Falk. Falk with 5 straight points, spit that out. And it's a 7-0 run by Logan. After they trailed by 4 just a minute ago. Literally a minute ago.
Well, we were wondering who's going to step up and start getting hot. It looks like Falk wants to take that on him. He's taking tough shots.
He didn't play against Clearfield in some early games, coming back from some nagging injuries that followed him from football. Eastburn in amongst the tall timbers, hit the side of the board with that. Medina bumped, and that's a foul that didn't need to happen, really.
That was way after the shot had already left, and
they're not going to give him free throws.
No,
they're going to just go inside out. So Falk
one hand
picks up his second. They are going to give him free throws because it's the bonus.
It's the bonus.
Falk turned after that shot to block out the shooter, and he turned quite violently into the shooter and sent the shooter into the second row.
A little hockey hip check.
Taylor Compton back into the game for Logan.
Just making sure that little guard knew. That little guard knew that the big man was checking him. Free throw good by Medina. One more coming. Chance to pull Ben Lomond to within 1 with 4:21 to play in the first half. Medina short on the second, and Dixon comes out with it. 2 for 4 for Ben Lomond from the line. 2 out of 3 for Logan from the charity stripe. Down low, Tennant kicks it back out to Dixon. Dixon with the drive and dishes to Larson, and they start over. Now with this lineup, where's your scoring going to come from?
I was just thinking that it's got to come from Larson. That's really about it. Tennant can't get pushed out underneath the baseline. Hardin's doing a great job moving him around.
Now they look low to the big man. And Larson will fire for 3. Short, follows his miss and gives it up for the assist to Dixon. 4-point Logan lead. Here's Eastburn working his way in. Tennant with the block. And then a carry by Compton. Looked like Brandley may have hit that ball, but they called the carry, and it's a 7th turnover for Logan.
Well, I think you're right. I think it was tipped, but the official was screened out from that, so it looked like a carry.
You can see if we can see it right here.
Yeah, well, it stuck on his body, and that's what he called. Call that a belly dribble.
Call it a turnover.
That's another turnover.
Hardin, 9 points in the game. High score for Ben Lomond. Eastburn, baseline jumper. Rims out, and a rebound by Tennant. Here come the Grizzlies, leading by 4. Compton makes it 6.
That's a great job by Compton to force the issue and kind of push the defense, get them back on their heels. Just stop and pop.
Timeout, Ben Lomond, and Ryan Wilcox isn't happy with his squad, and Logan Brown is.
That really creates some space when he dribbles that hard into the key. Defense has to react, and usually it's going backwards.
Ben Lomond's wins have come against Layton Christian, Roy, and Park City most recently. Logan's beat Hunter and Clearfield, amongst others. And we talk about just the line for some of these guys. Larson's 15th in 4A in scoring at 12.3 a game. Brimhall's 12th in 4A at 14 points per game. He's 6th in 4A in three-pointers, is Brimhall. Doesn't have one yet here this evening.
Well, the last, I wasn't here for your last game, but the game before that, Clearfield, he kind of disappeared, and he's really kind of disappeared in this game too, and it's coming from foul trouble.
2 points,
Good job of breaking the press that time by Ben Lomond. Back to a 4-point advantage for Logan. Under 2.5 to play here in the first half. Ben Lomond steps into a zone. Oh, getting free underneath is Dixon. He misses, gets his own board, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Basket's good, Dixon!
Dixon with 4 off the bench, looking for 5.
His first.
And if he hits, it'll be the largest lead of the game for Logan.
Take a look at Tenacious D here. Dixon going back up and getting the foul. I think he was so shocked, he was so open in that first one, he missed it.
Dixon's free throw's good, 5 off the bench for Brett Dixon, the 6'4" senior. Brimhall sits in a 24-17 ball game. Logan with the lead and 2 minutes to play. Brimhall with those 2 fouls, you wonder if he'll just sit him the rest of this half. He and Falk both have 2, don't want him to pick up a cheap one.
Well, this second group has played really well and really given Logan the lead.
Jackson Anderson's in there now, number 20 for Logan. Harden to Brandley. Brandley shot short. Rebound fought for. 3 Grizzlies there, only 1 Ben Lomond player. And Brandley with the swipe. Lays it up and in on the other end. Brandley averages a steal and a half per game. 5 points for Sterling Brandley. 5-point Logan lead, 1:10 to play in the half. Larson, baseline, rims out of there. Medina fights for the board along with Larson and a couple other Grizzlies. And they're going to call a jump ball, and that's Ben Lomond's basketball.
Ben Lomond possession.
There's your SC Needham Jewelers middle of the block sign of the clock as we're under a minute to play here at Logan High School, and a 5-point lead for Logan. SC Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. Brendan Morris into the ball game for Ben Lomond.
Ben Lomond hasn't gone very deep into their bench, and Logan really has.
Well, Morris is the 7th player they've used. Number 23.
Any idea how many Logans used?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 guys.
Yep. It's going to pay off for Logan in the second half. You have to think, getting Ben Lomond a little bit winded.
Now they come up and try to trap Brandley. He gets it off to Eastburn, and Medina's in the right place at the right time to avoid the turnover. If Ben Lomond wants to just run this down, go for one shot. That's sure what it looks like. Harden, baseline, loses it out of bounds, but Anderson touched it last. 15 seconds to play in the half. If Logan fouls, it's free throws. Ben Lomond has 4 to give.
Surprising for how tenacious a defense they've played.
Medina stops, pops, short. Rebounded by Anderson. Taken away by Eastburn. Eastburn's fouled with 2 seconds left. He can't finish, but he'll go to the line. And Anderson picks up the foul.
Foul is on Jackson Anderson. His first at the line for Ben Lomond.
Little frustration foul as Jackson Anderson tried to outlet that ball. It gets knocked down, and then he finds himself out of position and reaching, and that's a foul every time.
Well, he turned, and Medina was right there, and Eastburn misses.
You know, you got to square up when you shoot. You got to square up when you make that outlet pass. If you're not squared up, it's easy to get a turnover and that pass go awry.
Eastburn had a chance to cut it to 3. Now he'll have a chance to cut it to 4, and he does. Eastburn with 5 points. 2 seconds, 1. Compton at the buzzer. Go!
3 points.
So Logan takes a 7-point lead into the half after Compton hits one from backcourt. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Wendy. Yep, that one. And I'm proud to introduce Dave's Hot and Juicy Cheeseburgers. They're all new and our best yet, with thicker, hotter, juicier beef, melty cheese, and a warm butter toasted bun. So come on in.
You know when it's real.
This is a 68 Buick Skylark, and we're just working on the lights. This is a 92 Toyota Corolla, and we're just putting in a new alternator. This is a 97 Pontiac Transport, and we've had the whole motor apart, putting in new intake manifold gaskets.
For all your automotive needs, big or small, see A1 Automotive.
We're at halftime at Logan High School, and Logan leads 27-20. They outscored Ben Lomond in that second period by 9, 17-8, after they trailed 12-10 after the first period of play. A couple of buzzer beaters in each period thus far. Sterling Brandley hits a three-pointer from the corner to give Ben Lomond the 2-point lead after one period of play, and then Taylor Compton from midcourt sinks one for Logan to push a 4-point lead up to 7. And that's where we stand for Ben Lomond. They were led by Josh Harden's 9 points. Sage Eastman and Sterling Brandley had 5 apiece. Corbin Medina had a bucket. Trey Scott, Andy Atencio, Brendan Morris did not score. For the Grizzlies, talk about balance. You got 4 players with 5 points. Taylor Compton with 5. Luke Falk with 5. Dallin Dahl with 5, Brett Dixon off the bench with 5, and then 3 points for Jordan Larson, 2 for Brimhall, and 2 for Hiram Tennant. And that rounds out your scoring. The Grizzlies with 7 turnovers. For Ben Lomond, only 2. So, and of course, Wendy's of Cache Valley, they really support local high school athletics, and we've seen some of these people before, but it's worth mentioning again. Becca Godfrey in soccer, the athlete of the week from Logan High School. Justin Kim in golf, a recent athlete of the week for the Grizzlies. You go along with Luis Vidal in cross country. And these guys and gals are picked as much for what they do in the classroom as they do on the field of competition. Mackenzie Hogan, another cross country runner from Logan High School, and Nicole Peacock in volleyball. Taylor Compton, who hit that last shot of the half, he won it for football earlier, and we've seen him have a pretty good first half here tonight. And of course, you can go into the local Wendy's and you see all of the all-stars and players of the week running on a loop on little TVs that are in there. So when you go into the local Wendy's, make sure you thank them for supporting the athletes and students at the local high schools. Speaking of food, here's what our player of the game gets. Every game, we name a Valley Channel player of the game, and they get a certificate for one of these, a sink. You get to clean the sink at Angie's. So these kids can take all their closest friends, or they can try to tackle that all by themselves. We'll pick a player of the game after each game. We also give them some Wendy's gift cards as well. So hooking these guys up so they can go get something to eat after they have a big ball game. And you look around town, you see a lot of those bumper stickers right there. I've seen them down in, it's fun when you see them down in Salt Lake or Ogden. You see cars tooling around with "I cleaned the sink at Angie's" bumper sticker on them. And you know what it meant. 27-20 our score here. Logan leading Ben Lomond at the half. We'll be back with more right after this.
Howdy you, old gristmill. Old Gristmill Bread Company, Ogden, Brigham, Logan.
Built for living, visionary homes.
This young man putting on a show. Putting on a show at the Grizzly Den. You know, a few games ago, Levon tried to go down and do that at the half, and he got arrested. We haven't seen him until this week. Lee's down on the sideline. He's waiting for Coach Brown. There we go. Waiting for the team to come out down there, and look at that. It's a family affair. Logan High Sports. You can bring them all. Hey, our schedule after the first of the year, we're back again with the game of the week, and we'll have Highland at Skyview, so another chance to see USU-bound Jalen Moore, and he was impressive in his outing last week that we saw him. And he's averaging 25 points per game. And then after that, we've got 6 straight ball games, 2, 4, 6 straight ball games of in-valley rivalry games, all the way through the 20th of February, and then we close it out with Bonneville at Logan.
Give it up for Sam!
So we'll have every Valley rivalry game for you. We'll have Logan a few more times, Mountain Crest and Skyview. It's a lot of fun covering the local sports here. There's Coach Brown. He just walked right past Lee, and Lee missed him. He just walked right past him. And he didn't see him. Oh, that's hilarious. 27-20 is our. Yeah, there. Look at that. He's wondering how Coach Brown got past. Coach Brown's only about, 5'8", so he walked right by Lee, and Lee didn't see him. Hey, let's go down to Lee and see what's going on.
Coach, a lot of good things in that first half and some things to work on. What'd you tell your kids?
Biggest thing's energy and focus and execution. We didn't do a very good job of first quarter. Thought we did a much better job second quarter. We need to carry it on from here on out.
Keep it up. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Eric Olson.
All right, thanks, Lee. 27-20, our score here at the half. Logan leading Ben Lomond on the Game of the Week. And the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness. Never give up. Lewiston State Bank, your hometown bank with a new location at 3rd South and Main in Logan. Wendy's of Cache Valley, quality is our recipe. Cache Valley Hospital, your first choice in healthcare.
You're down 6-0.
Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. The Salt Lake Express from your door to the Salt Lake Airport 12 times a day. S.E. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. Brimhall misses as we get underway here in the second half. Ben Lomond trailing by 7. Has some work to do. Harden. Back out to Brandley. 3. Won't go. Trey Scott went way high to get it, and then he lost it, and Brimhall came up with it. Brimhall kind of bumped him with his hip. Off balance. Now they go down low to Dahl. Dahl working against Eastburn. Eastburn blocks it out of there. Lee Vaughn back with us. Lee, that was quite funny. Coach Brown walked right past you. And you thought he was one of the kids.
I thought he was one of the. I turned around and looked. I'm like, there's nobody left. How did he sneak by me?
Well, we all watched him walk right past you.
Well, he was good enough to do an interview on the bench, so that's fantastic.
He's a lucky man to look like one of the kids, right?
No kidding.
Because he's about 55, 60 years old.
Yeah, I think he's 59. So.
Logan, too many turnovers in that first half if you were to quibble about something. Harden's got 11. Logan with 7 turnovers in that first half. Ben Lomond's hanging right in there.
Well, I didn't want to bring that up in the interview because that usually aggravates coaches. I was hoping he'd say something about it, but he's right. Those things led to the turnovers. Was a little lack of energy.
Compton was too close. Missed that last three-pointer. Falk will go to the line. And that looks like that's on Harden.
Josh Harden is first.
Only his first.
Line for 2.
Take a look.
You can't really do anything in defense besides put your arms down, I guess.
I think he was calling kind of the bump. He had his one hand on his hip. That had to be what he was calling because he didn't get the arm. Falk's free throw is short. Falk with 5 points. He and 3 other Grizzlies with 5 points in that first half. Now 6 for Falk.
He had 5 points in a row, I think.
Yeah. Harden looks for Eastburn, and it's knocked away by Dahl.
Logan's figuring that little back cut out.
Ben Lomond with their 3rd turnover. Brimhall rims out of there. He's not going to invite us anymore.
No.
He's raining those things down all over the place, except when we're watching.
I know. My wife thinks the same thing. Life is pretty good when you're not around.
Eastburn in trouble. Steps in. Looked like he may have walked, but they're going to call a foul. Who are they going to call it on?
Larson? Nope.
Nope, Dahl.
Foul's on 25, Dallin Dahl. His first.
That's his first. And Eastburn, 1 of 2 from the line. Let's take a look right here. I guess it almost looked like he changed his pivot for it. But he didn't, and Eastburn misses. Eastburn, 2 out of 4 from the line for the game. 6 points for Eastburn, and it's a 5-point ball game. Brimhall gets rid of it so quickly. Follows his miss, but Medina comes up with the board.
Well, he knew that was off the second he let it go.
Good shooters usually do. Brandley, the hoop and the harm.
Basket's good.
Brandley has 7, and he's going to the line with a chance to cut it from a 7-point deficit down to 2.
That's his first.
And you see, just bumped, bodied by Compton there. Brandley gets the roll. He's got 8. And it's a 2-point ball game. And Lomond hanging in there.
Funny how much the first quarter looks like the third quarter so often in basketball games.
Falk with the 3. Falk with 9. Pushes the advantage back out to 5. Harden steps back. Too hard. Brimhall loses it. Turnover number 8 for the Grizzlies. Medina shut off there as Larson slid over. Harden goes one-on-one with Falk, loses it. Now Brandley with it. Sterling Brandley, the 6-foot senior, leads 3A in assists at 6.5 a game. That's pretty good for a high school kid.
That's pretty good.
There's the pick and roll. Eastburn can't finish, but he'll go to the line again, and Larson looks like he's just picked up foul number 2.
I don't think Logan's gone away from this man-to-man defense the whole game. That'll get you a lot of fouls.
So Eastburn, this will be trip number 5 and 6 to the line. Or maybe it's trip number 3 with free throws number 5 and 6.
Iron Pennant into the game for Logan.
The Falk will have a seat. Tennant will come back on.
Tennant played really well in that first half. Had 2 blocks.
Gummed things up in the middle. Eastburn hits them both. 8 for Sage Eastburn. One away from his average. Tennant.
Tennant for 2. Assist Jordan Larson.
It was Walk that had 2 points in the first half, and Tennant scores his first 2 there. I think I said at the half that Tennant had 2 in that half. Those actually belong to Walk. So the Logan bench now with 9 points. Nobody scored off the bench for Ben Lomond. Harden.
2 points. Josh Harden.
Harden's got 13. 3-point ball game. Logan with the advantage with 3:10 to play in the third. As the teams are kind of trading buckets. Dahl misses and Brandley comes down with the board. Trey Scott. Short rebound, Eastburn. Eastburn 7.5 boards a game. Harden with the 3.
He's got to go back underneath. He's taken a few of those shots, and neither were close.
In for Logan.
Brimhall knocks that one out of bounds. Dixon back in. He had a nice first half. And take a look here. Harden wants to drive. Instead, he's going to pull up. Just not there.
Just not there from that range. He does much better when he's inside the key.
Eastburn off the glass, won't go. Tennant with the board. Outlets to Compton. And Compton slows it down. Brimhall gives it in to Tennant. Tennant too hard. Did Harden get a piece?
He might have. You got to be stronger and go up 2 hands like that.
Approaching 2 minutes to play in the third period. A 3-point Logan lead. They led by 7 at the half. Ben Lomond led by 2 after 1 quarter. Harden has it knocked away. Bunch of moves. Goes to the left hand and finishes.
And see, there's the difference between the low post play of Logan so far and the low post play of Ben Lomond. Harden has been really strong with the ball, protected the ball, and he's getting good looks at the basket. Whereas Tennant and Dixon and others just not been strong underneath the hoop. Yeah, he may have got away with a little travel right there.
He faked right, he faked left. He went up and under and then took a step in and finished off. And he ties the ball game. He's got 16 points. 7 here in this third period. He had 7 in the first period. And we're tied at 33. 1:45 to play in the third period. Walk shot, no good. Ben Lomond with a chance to take the lead. They're going to spread things out.
Trying to get that one-on-one with Brandley, let him drive and kick.
Brandley finishes. That's right by the big man, Tennant.
2 points, Sterling Brandley.
10 for Brandley.
Coach Brown's going to take a timeout now, and he's going to talk about intensity and on defense. And really, he needs to get Falk back in there. How many fouls does Falk have? Still
two.
He needs to get back in the game. He's in there. It's a different physical element for Logan.
Logan's been outscored by 9 here in this period. There's your SC Needham Jewelers middle of the block sign of the clock. And now Ben Lomond back out front. 35-33 with 1:18 to play in the third period. SC Needham Jewelers where Utah gets engaged. 6 points in the quarter for Logan. For Ben Lomond, 10, 12, 14, 15. We always talk about single-digit quarters. You can survive one, you don't want two. Well, Logan, if they stay single digits, this would be their first one. Ben Lomond had a single digit there in that second period with only 8 points as they were outscored 17-8. Dixon, three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Scott. He had nowhere to go with that, so he just spun on his pivot foot and took the shot.
That's not the look that Coach Brown's looking for. He wants him to work the ball and get a way higher percentage shot.
Out of a timeout. Yeah. Sure, that's not the shot they want. Brandley works on Chapman Wall. Brandley gives him just enough of a
He's got to get up on him a little bit.
Yeah, so that he'll back off. He'll stand there and hold it for 30 more seconds. And they won't start that 5-second count unless you're within a couple of feet. Now they bring that pressure, and he gives it off to Hart. Hart runs over a man, and we're going the other way.
That's a charge. Good position by Dixon to take that shot.
Foul on number 15, Josh Hart.
It's only the fourth turnover for Ben Lomond, but it's Harden's second foul. Oh, here's a turnover by Logan, number 9. Medina with 9 seconds left, gives it to Brandley. Brandley right down the middle, gives it off, and Harden's fouled. 4 seconds left in the third period.
Oh, and Brandley got away with about 5 steps.
Yeah,
in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Harden at the line for 2.
Harden from the line is 2 out of 3 tonight. Now he's 3 out of 4. And a chance to give Ben Lomond a 4-point lead. We've had a buzzer beater every quarter thus far in this game. There's 4 seconds left. See if we can get one more. Harden misses. Rebound by Dixon. Dahl at the buzzer. No. Would have tied it up. 36-33. Ben Lomond comes all the way back from a 7-point deficit to lead going into the fourth.
SC Needham Jewelers is Northern Utah's largest volume diamond importer. My name is Gene Needham, and I travel personally to the World's Diamond Cutting Center, Antwerp, Belgium. There I hand-select each diamond based on the most favorable combinations of cut, color, and clarity. This makes all of our diamonds unique and special and assures that our customers get the best selection and value. These advantages enable us to consistently beat 50 to 70% off sales or any so-called wholesale deals. Come see us, SC Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
Well, and that's the difference between